Hey guys, what's up? We've got I've gotten quite a bit done in the wood yard. Remember, like a week ago, you couldn't see that spot, or let alone the splitter. But I kind of have another discussion today that'd be kind of neat to see go around. That would be other than what does firewood do for you guys, other than heating your house? To me, that's a given. That's obvious. Or the fire pit. For me, I've lost weight. I started doing this about three and a half years ago. I think I'm on year 4. Um, I've also, I had a carpal tunnel issue problem when I first started. Too much typing at a keyboard for years at a time. But the other thing it's done is that the carpal tunnel issue is delayed for now. That's messed up my doctors quite a bit. They couldn't figure out, they don't recommend more work to take care of a problem. But for me, it's worked. Yeah, let me show you what it does for me, because I don't heat my house with firewood, but I still heat it with wood. So back in a moment, and I'll show you guys what it does, what firewood does for me. So back in a moment. So for yesterday, I picked up more cherry and more alder. This pretty much takes care of that guy's yard. He still has more, but he wants to keep some of it because he actually burns it as well. But bigger pieces he couldn't move or split. That's where I came in handy. As far as how I heat my house all winter, this is my dad's F350 6-liter that he just fixed up. I use wood pellets. For me, it's 3 tons a year. Takes care of me all winter, and I still have a little left over. If you guys don't know what wood pellets are, basically it's the aftermath of from production waste of milling boards, 2x4s, sheet, plywood, whatever. It gets dried, heated up, and packed and compressed. So this is 3 tons of it, roughly about 650. This year it's about 650 and change after sales tax. So but anyway, like I said, what wood pellets do for me. Okay guys, now that I got the first load undone, there is the first ton in my woodshed. That's only 2 rows deep. There's roughly like 50 bags per ton. I did have a couple bags left over from last year, so that's okay. Yeah, I'll have 3 more tons in here. I'll have 2 more tons in there when I'm done by the end of the week. And but yeah, this is what firewood does for me. It has also helped me pay for the truck, the trailer, the truck twice, because the first one got totaled. That was a car accident that didn't need to happen, but it happened because some thief in a Toyota did an illegal U-turn and ripped the rear end out and twisted the frame, and oh, it was bad. But I walked away, couldn't complain, other than truck and trailer were hurt. Flipped the trailer, that made things interesting. So anyway, let's go back over here to the wood yard. Show you guys what I've done all week. I did a couple hours of splitting over the weekend, and from last weekend we have blue skies, where last week, if you look off even in the background, I had smoke everywhere here on the west coast. It appeared, I think the reports were showing that Portland and Seattle had the worst air quality in the world, which was pretty bad. But last week I did some splitting. I stacked it all. I got another 2.5 rows in. This stuff here is stuff I started on this week, but I'm 2.5. I'm like 3. Yeah, I got 3.5 rows of wood in and ready to go. That's not before that doesn't count before I finish off these last 2 rows right there. So at the rate I'm going, I'm going to be filled up by December. And I'll be putting more right over there where I did last year. So anyway, guys, I figured this would be a good discussion, especially those other channels that I watch, and maybe the ones that you watch or watching me, I don't know. But what does firewood do for you other than heating your house? For me, it comes down to I've lost weight. When I started this 3.5, 4 years ago, as far as part-time, after standing on my feet on a rubber mat all day, I could feel it in my knees. I'd come home exhausted, but I wasn't physically wore out yet. Working in an office, packing parts, answering phones, tech questions over the phone. I still do that. I enjoy it. I really, really do. Some of the people I help with on what I do during the week, they just need a little guidance on what they need to do to their cars to make them run better, work better. And that's okay. I'm good at that. The other issue it got rid of for me was a carpal tunnel problem in both my wrists. I would basically wake up in the morning and it felt like somebody was tapping on my hands or just on my wrist with like a hammer all night. Not very hard, but just enough that even aspirin wasn't taking care of it. I'd have to go to sleep at night with braces to keep my wrists straight. So the wife and I, what we decided to do was put in a fire pit, and that started off this part of life with adventure with me with firewood. And 3.5, 4 years later, I still use firewood for my fire pit. I did grow up with a wood stove. I helped my parents with that. I also helped my late aunt and uncle with theirs, little, because, you know, only so much a 6-year-old can do with firewood. But that's okay. I enjoy making it. I enjoy creating it. The other thing I was missing was driving. When I started working for my parents in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s, I would be driving everywhere, getting parts, getting engines, bringing it back to the shop, taking them apart. And I eventually worked up into sales. Now, it's not a bad thing, but that was the other aspect I was missing, was I wasn't driving. I was only driving from the house to work, you know, to the shop and back. And occasionally, you know, the whoopie-doo Sunday drive with the wife. With 2 kids and cost of living going up, that's been cut out. So firewood is allowing me to do the drive. I've also lost weight. after, like I said earlier, after an 8-day hour on a rubber mat on concrete, I would feel it in both my knees, get new tennis shoes. That'd take care of that problem for a while. But I hope that I hope I made sense enough. I'll see that in the replay of this as I put it all together. But the question I've got for you guys, other than heating your house, what has firewood done for you? For me, overall for me, it's been better health, losing weight. Go over here behind a tree. Like I said, a carpal tunnel problem, that was the bigger issue. I figured the weight part of it would be after that, and it's kind of worked its way out. Since I started uploading to YouTube, I have met, not face to face, because we're all worlds away, seems like at times, but I've met quite a few of you guys through the net, by email. I've gotten some of your numbers, so we're texting back and forth. That's kind of cool. It's amazing to see how other channels start, how other channels grow. And for me, I'm just a guy with a camera on his phone. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Whether it's inefficient or not, I don't really care. At the end of the day, it's firewood. And as long as the end user's happy, fine with me. But yeah, I figured, like I said, this would be an interesting discussion to see where this goes. Not everybody that watches my channel, not everybody heats your house with wood anymore. You got natural gas, electricity, propane, you name it. There's other means other than firewood. Where, 150 years ago, it was, what was your bigger sources? Firewood and coal. I think there's still some houses heated with coal, which are all great. I'm not putting anybody down. Hey, it's how you heat your house in the winter. It's how you guys stay warm. Oil has come up in the last couple hundred years as well. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it for this video. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, like and subscribe. I enjoy watching I enjoy watching other channels as well. So till the next time, thank you, and we'll catch you later.